And what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of the Talk of NASCAR podcast. We're back with weekly episodes as well. Being joined tonight by Hitmaster.
Hello, everyone.
So it's been, I know it's a little bit of a late upload today, but that's okay. It's fine. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about as we haven't done an episode in quite a while. I know we didn't do very many off-season episodes, but we're going to be trying to get back with the weekly episodes this week. So because we got the season starting up, the off-season is pretty much over at this point. So should be really good. So we got a lot to talk about today as well. We're going to do a lot of silly season stuff, wrapping up what happened over the off-season and all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the episode, we will preview the Clash. So should be awesome stuff there. So let's jump right into it. You guys are probably wondering what we think of the NASCAR Full Speed documentary that came out on Netflix earlier this week. We have not gotten a chance to watch it yet. So we'll probably talk about that next week. I'm hoping to watch it maybe this weekend, next week's before we record. But it's just about how much time we got and everything like that. But we could probably save that for next week. So should be pretty good.
It'd be best.
We'll save that for next week. But we got some silly season news to cover in this episode as far as where drivers are going and stuff. Chase Purdy is going to be in the 77 truck this season. That was announced quite a while ago at this point. But
Chase Purdy?
Chase Purdy, I said Chase Purdy. I wrote down Chase Purdy. Who is it?
No, I was going to make the joke, Brock Purdy's brother, but...
For all intents and purposes, they could be brothers. Who knows?
I'm going to look that up.
Also, for Leland Honeyman, that's a weird name, Leland Honeyman. He's going to be going to the 42 Xfinity car for Young Motorsports. So, there'll be a nice ride opportunity there. More silly season stuff. Spencer Boyd and Chris Miller, they have formed a truck team called Freedom Enterprises, with Boyd being their driver in the 76 truck. So it'll be interesting to see how competitive they are this season. Brad Perez is returning to Alpha Prime Racing. He will make his first start of the season at COTA in March. So it'll still be a little bit of a while before we see him on the track, but he will be coming back, so that's cool. Matt Swiderski, man, I don't know how that is. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's going to be the crew chief of the 99 Cup car now for Daniel Suarez, and Travis Mack is going to be they're going to be doing a swap with Colleague Racing for crew chiefs. So that'll be pretty good. Hopefully improve them as Colleague is getting new drivers this season. Trackhouse is looking to make a run with the 99 as he didn't have that great of a 2023 season. So it'll be good to see how that goes. Rebel Bourbon is a new sponsor for Kyle Busch this season. So we'll be seeing him on the car. And speaking of Kyle Busch, any fans of Rowdy energy drinks out there probably are already well into mourning, because it was announced a while ago that it was shutting down due to low sales. Rowdy had not had that long of a life. It only been around for a few years. I'm not a big energy drink guy, hence why I did not try it. I don't know if Hitmaster, you tried Rowdy at any point or not.
I have, because I wanted to try a Shock Energy, and I was like, you know what, might as well try a Shock and Rowdy. You know, I never got to do a video on it, but either way, it didn't taste bad, my opinion, but a Shock was better, in my opinion. I'm not saying that because I'm a Chase Elliott fan, and Chase Elliott sponsored it, okay? Shock was actually good.
But salute discontinued Rowdy Energy. There was also a new short track and road course package unveiled for the Cup Series for the season. We'll see if I can find it. Here we go. New short track package.
Track package.
This was on January 10th. It says there are going to be new aerodynamic changes to try and promote more competitive racing. It's going to be starting at Phoenix, which Phoenix is not a short track, so I don't know why it's also in the conversation for that. But it looks like they did some testing there, so maybe that's why. It's gonna be a simplified rear diffuser with fewer vertical stakes, maybe. The configuration will cut downforce up front by keeping the engine panel it says strake. I don't know what that means. Strake free and retaining the splitter stuffers from last year's package. To compensate for the reduced downforce, competition officials have introduced a slightly taller rear spoiler. For that. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it can. The tracks that really suffered were Martinsville and Bristol. So hopefully, I didn't think the road courses were that much different. But it'll probably improve them as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then next thing here, SRX is shutting down, at least for the time being. You guys don't remember what SRX is? It's a racing series created by Tony Stewart for drivers who maybe couldn't. A lot of big name drivers raced in it. Tony Stewart raced in it, obviously. Bobby Labonte was a big name in there. A lot of older drivers who maybe weren't able to run in NASCAR anymore. Even some IndyCar drivers got involved as well. And it was doing seemingly pretty well. But it's being shut down, and a lot of the fingers are being pointed to this next piece of news. That Ray Evernham is trying to relaunch IROC. Now, IROC was similar to SRX, same style of cars, but they did some more racing on like the bigger tracks. It only lasted a couple of years. I know they came to Michigan back when they were racing, and some pretty iconic stuff there too. But they've been gone for a while, but Ray Evernham is trying to revitalize that, and a lot of people are pointing towards that being the reason why SRX is shutting down. It's not like permanently gone. It's only being shut down for the time being. They're not going to run a season this year. But that's really, it's kind of weird. I don't know maybe why they wouldn't just try and like come back together or like do an alliance or something like that.
Right.
Hitmaster, I don't know if you watch any of the SRX or you remember anything about IROC. If you could throw your own points in there.
My dad would know about IROC. I only know a little bit about SRX. I watched like the first race that SRX had. Wasn't that bad, honestly. I'm just shocked that they are out of season now. It's very upsetting because I actually liked it. You know, it was something that brought back IROC that hasn't been there for a while. But now that they're taking SRX out and they're putting IROC in, maybe we'll get that old IROC racing.
Just maybe. Some more silly season news. Legacy Motor Club has added a couple of new sponsors, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. This is weird. Why would they sign on to Legacy Motor Club? That's just a weird sponsor.
Hey, who knows? Maybe we can get die cash from Family Dollar and Dollar Tree for $1.
I don't think I want to walk into a Dollar Tree just to buy a die cast. Okay, that place is sketchy as shit.
Might as well.
Family Dollar is not as sketchy, but they're still.
I live near a Family Dollar. That's the thing.
Oh, so you can just walk there.
I can just
Okay,
walk
well
there.
there you go. There you go. I guess. I'll root for them just for you, Hitmaster. There you go. Let's see. I got a few other things here. Connor Zilic is signed a multi-year signed with Trackhouse. He's going to run in multiple series. I think all three, if I remember. Maybe just Xfinity and trucks, but I think all three. To some degree, he's going to run partial schedules for most of them. So, going to get his feet in the water for a lot of that. So that's going to be pretty cool to see there. So, that'll be nice. Justin Haley, a lot of people were wondering where he was going to go since he lost his ride at Colleague. He got the butt of being in the 51 car for Rick Ware Racing now. So any hope that he had of being successful is most likely gone. But who knows? He did win in the 77 car, albeit a rain-shortened race. So maybe you can find some of that magic again. I don't know. I don't think he really deserved it. I think he could have gotten a better ride. I think the Colleague 31 was kind of neglected. He didn't put up many great runs, but he had some potential that I think is going to be squandered with terrible equipment. So, what are you going to do, though? Kaz Gralla is going to run 25 Cup races this year, also with Rick Ware Racing. He made an attempt to run the 2022 Daytona 500. I think he attempted to run 2023, right? In the 50.
I believe so, yeah.
So he's going to try.
That was Kaz Gralla or that was Travis Pastrana again.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
One of those two.
Yeah, you might be right there. But he's going to be running 25 of the 36 races. How many races are on the schedule? So that's going to be cool. Get him a little more experience and with stuff like that. Even if it is with Rick Ware Racing. Let's be honest here. Now, well, actually, we'll get back to that later because that's Clash news. Jill Linster is going to be competing in the ARCA Daytona race. Now, he is in NASCAR's Euro Series, but will be making a one-time run over. So I think there's quite a bit of hype around this because, how is he going to fare on a super speedway track, especially with, how ARCA brakes are. So that'll be quite interesting to see as well. More sponsor stuff. Spire's bringing on Chili's, baby. Chili's.
If you guys didn't know that Tyler's Discord picture is Chili's. I'm not even kidding.
I'll turn my camera off so you can see it. Boom, baby. That's Chili's right there. That's Chili's. Now turn on the camera. We'll see if this works. There we go. That's right, baby. Chili's is on. That's going to be a sweet looking car if they do it right, too. Especially if they do it like at night or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I might have to buy that diecast. Probably not, but maybe. Trevor Bayne is going to be joining Legacy Motor Club, but not as a driver. He's going to be a driver optimization leader. Whatever that means. I don't even know what role could that possibly be? Driver optimization leader. Just sign him on as just bring him in for a seminar or two about how to drive.
Right.
Do you have okay? Whatever. Sure. It's a weird role. Weird role to have.
Always kind of weird.
But maybe the drivers of Legacy Motor Club will be better optimized by Trevor Bayne's wisdom of lucking out in a Daytona 500 win and then being complete ass the rest of your career. maybe that's how it'll be. Jensen Button was planning to return to the Chicago Street Course race, but he's not able to because of his sprint car schedule. So he will not be running in that one this season, but he is still interested in NASCAR competition. But he's really disappointed about that. He was looking forward to getting back to it, but will not happen. So Pitbull is going to be performing a pre-race concert at the Daytona 500. So that'll be pretty cool to watch, even though he hasn't really been that much in the spotlight recently. I mean, he does now. He is involved with NASCAR now, owning Trackhouse, but he hasn't, like, music wise, he's not been that involved. Speaking of also Daytona 500 news, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's going to be the Grand Marshal. So that will be interesting to see too. But I don't know. I mean, it's cool that they're getting celebrities involved, right? And it's going to be, on a big stage and whatnot. So I definitely am not opposed to the move, for sure. But there you go. And finally, for sponsor news, Horizon Hobby, whatever that is, probably like a Hobby Lobby type store. They're going to be returning as a sponsor for Front Row Motorsports. So that's really all that I had. Oh, we have a couple sad news. A couple of figures in NASCAR have passed away. First, Ryan Pemberton, former crew chief, has passed away at age 54. This was a pretty big shock to a lot of people. But a very iconic crew chief, and a lot of people are mourning his loss in the sport. And it's really, really sad to see him go. I personally really liked him as a crew chief. And it just sucks that he had to go out that early. And the other sad news, L.W. Wright has passed away. I'm just glad that before he died, we figured out what had happened. We got closure to that long mystery. And I think he planned it out that way, because it was only like a year ago or so that we found out that about his story and who he actually was and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so I think he knew his time on this earth was running out, and we were able to get closure before he passed away. But salute to Ryan and L.W. Wright. We will miss you. Let's see, what else do I got for news? A couple things. There's going to be some tweaks to the qualifying format for the 2024 season. Let's run that down really quickly. So each race's 36 plus entrants will continue to be split into two groups for time trial qualification, with the fastest 5 from each group advancing to the pole round and setting the top 10 starting positions for the main event. That hasn't changed. What will change is the manner in which positions 11 through 40 are determined. Because, you can't just do simple single car qualifying and the fastest car gets the, the position, that's just too difficult. You gotta make it just so much different. Beginning in 2024, with the exception of the Daytona 500, which has its own unique qualifying procedure, cars that do not advance from Group A will determine the outside row for starting positions 11 through 40, while the remaining cars from Group B will determine the inside row. Why? For super speedways, there will be no groups during qualifying procedures. There will be 2 rounds with the fastest 10 advancing from the first round and the best time from round 2 taking the pole. Woohoo. So that's pretty much all the new procedures for qualifying. I think that's just stupid. Can you just have the speed? Like, the Daytona 500 does it just fine. Why do you have to screw it all up? I mean, doesn't... Whatever. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it won't. We'll see. They also changed stuff with towing, apparently. Next Gen towing will have its first major overhaul. Officials have worked with teams and drivers to determine solutions to assist a vehicle stranded with flat tires back to pit road without destroying the underbody of the machine, particularly sensitive and expensive piece of the vehicle. If a car spins in qualifying and the driver is unable to drive the car back to pit road, a tow truck with a dolly will be sent to retrieve the vehicle and lift it off the ground. They're able to tow the cars up to 70 miles an hour. This new towing will be limited to qualifying only for now. Wet weather tires will also return to all road courses and most ovals, 1 mile in length or shorter for next season as well, with the exception of Dover and Bristol. Lights, wiper blades, and rear flaps will be additionally required at all road courses, but none will be mandated at the short ovals. Lights? Okay. Sure. There's also less grass now in Daytona's infield. This is following Ryan Preece's flip. I think we already talked about this, but this was following Ryan Preece's flip in August. I think that's pretty much... Yeah, that's pretty much all. So, and then finally, I think last piece I really had was at the Clash, they're going to be unveiling the new EV car. A lot of people are not happy about this. However, NASCAR is pretty sure that it won't be that much of a difference because I think a lot of people's biggest concerns with the EV car was going to be how quiet they were going to be, and it just wasn't going to make much sense or whatever. But NASCAR has said that that's not going to be a major concern, and that the car should still relatively sound the same. And this is something that they're going to be unveiling at the Clash this weekend. So, I really think that is it for news. Unless you had anything, Hitmaster. Oh, I have one more thing, actually. Kyle Larson went into an interview a few weeks ago and was asked about how long he was going to race in NASCAR, and he said early retirement might be on the horizon. Said he might retire before 40, which would be kind of surprising, seeing that he's still at the top of his game. He's still a championship contender with top equipment. And for him to just leave like that, and he hasn't really had any major injuries either, or okay, he's had one major career hindrance, but
I was gonna say, might want to think back on that.
But yeah, I guess if he wants to, I guess. But yeah, that's really all I had. Otherwise, I don't know if you had anything, Hitmaster, anything news-wise, or...
I have, actually, you told me this on Discord. The 2024 schedule for our home track, Corrigan Oil Speedway, has just came out in the schedule. Um, I'll just go by the coolest ones, honestly, in my opinion. May 11th, Nitro Tour Monster Trucks. Um, if you've been down to where that track is, I don't know how they're going to bring the monster trucks in or out,
Yeah,
but
they'll figure it out. They could probably
maybe
fly
they'll
him. They,
just
they could get him into a helicopter and fly him over, and then drop him in like a supply
right,
drop or something.
right. June 28th is a school bus figure eight, flagpole burnout contest, figure eight trailer race, road rage race, and then flagpole again race. Forward. So you have reverse and forward flagpole racing on July 28th, which I think, my opinion, or sorry, June 28th, sorry, is the one we should go to because that one's going to be fucking fun.
I think the monster trucks would be fun too.
That too, yeah. July 5th, race night with fireworks and National Compact Touring Series. Dwarf Cars, whatever the fuck that is. Ohio Wheelman Super Stocks. And then 100 lap enduro, fireworks, and possible to be announced special guests.
Now I'm wondering who that special guest is going to be.
Yeah. I think July 5th we're gonna have to go.
We'll see as it gets closer.
And then the last one that I think I like the most, and that's only because I like modified cars. July 21st, modified 75 lap feature with All American trucks and figure eight mods. And then just a regular All American truck figure eight racing. So, I mean, pretty decent.
I think
and then
it is.
August 16th is championship night.
There is a decent amount of stuff that they've got planned for the season. I mean, 18 dates tentatively. That's a higher amount than last season, which is nice. So it should be good. So we'll definitely go out there. I know we're talking about it with some other people. I want to go out and see some other short tracks around the area. Kind of talk about how those are. We have plans to do the I-96 Speedway this summer as well. That's a dirt track. That'll be cool to see. There's one up near my grandma's house, the Onaway Speedway. That's one I want to go see. They have semi-truck drag races in September there, so that might be fun to go see. And there's a few others. I know we also had plans to possibly go to Toledo and see a race there, because the ARCA series goes there in October, beginning of October. So we might be going to see that as well, but that's still very tentative. So, but, and I guess I don't know what my big cup race will be this year. Probably just going to be Michigan, but we'll see. I don't know. Well, we'll see. But that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else because again, we're not going to review Full Speed. That'll be next week for sure. At least review the first couple episodes. This will be nice. So, but without further ado, let's see who's in the Clash this year. I know they tweaked the format a little bit as well. So.
Also, I know you guys saw Tyler's episode on disgracing kind of like the Lions a little bit. Trust me, I was upset. It went from cheering to sadness in about a quarter.
There's a college offer? How do I not know this?
College offer. Wait, what?
I don't know. Let's see.
We still have to find that Michigan Alex Bowman car, that Michigan State 77 car, even though they probably never made it, and that Alex Bowman Detroit Pistons.
Oh, we will. I'm sure it'll. Hell, it's getting kind of close for it to be made by now, but
Maybe they'll have it at next year's Michigan race.
all
I
right.
really hope not, but
So here is the entry list and paint schemes for this weekend. Well, this is Ross Chastain's car. It looks a little weird, but I do like it nonetheless. Austin Cindric is in a also quite nice car. You see Austin Dillon's car there as well. On the bottom.
bet MGM. Well, that's how this is
Josh
going.
Berry in the 4 doing the Sonny D car. Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Corey LaJoie, Kyle Busch. Chase Elliott's running a nice car. Noah Gragson in the 10. Oh, that's going to be weird as fuck. It looks like a test car. Denny Hamlin.
I'm going to have to look at this
Ryan
while you're
Blaney,
looking at this.
Chase Briscoe. Kaz Gralla in the 15. That's weird. Josh Williams in the 16. Chris Buescher in the 17. Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. Christopher Bell still in the 20. Harrison Burton 21. Logano 22. Bubba Wallace 23. William Byron 24. Daniel Hemrick now in the 31. Mike McDowell in the 34. Todd Gilliland in the 38. Ryan Preece in the 41. Well, here they are.
I know who the Grand Marshal is, by the way. I don't think we got to that yet.
For this weekend?
No. The Grand Marshal, and I can't believe I'm saying this, is going to be Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, the comedian.
Yes.
Well, that's cool.
As Grand Marshal for NASCAR's Mexico Series King Taco. What the fuck? Oh, so that's not at the Clash. It's for the Mexican Series. Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, they're also doing the Mexican Series is also doing a race there on Sunday, so kind of like a doubleheader sort of thing for a little cool partnership that deal.
Daniel Suarez to compete in NASCAR Mexico Series race at LA Coliseum.
It's pretty cool. We'll continue with the paint schemes. You want to know what the Dollar Tree and Family Dollar cars would look like? There you go, folks. There they are. In all their glory, and honestly, they don't look that bad.
No, they don't. Honestly.
The Dollar Tree one especially looks really nice. Tyler Reddick still in the 45. Ricky Stenhouse running in the nice Cheerios 47. Bowman in the 48. Justin Haley now in the 51, driving the Walmart car. Walmart's back as a sponsor. First time in 12 years, baby.
Hey, yo.
Ty Gibbs in the 54. Zane Smith in the 71. Carson Hocevar in the 77, and then Daniel Suarez in the 99. Those are the 37 drivers. Let's take a look at the format as well. Just make sure we know what we're doing. And then we'll pick a winner.
I just realized there's no 13.
No, there's no 13 anymore. So what is the format? The drivers will all be split into 3 different groups for 9 practice sessions on Saturday. That's tomorrow at the time that's coming up. In the third and final session, each driver's fastest lap will determine the starting lineup for Saturday night heat races. Oh my god, they're racing on Saturday as well. There'll be 4 heat races on Saturday night. The fastest driver in practice starts first, and then, whatever you do. Each heat race will be 25 green flag laps, with the top 5 finishers in each heat advancing automatically to Sunday's main event. 16 drivers who do not advance out of the heat races will compete in the last chance qualifiers on Sunday. The last chance qualifiers will be a 75 lap race for each, where only the top 2 finishers advance. bringing the total number of drivers for the Clash to 22, with the 23rd and final starting spot being given to the driver who finished the highest in the 2023 point standings that's already not locked in. Oh, we have a guest. We have a guest. Welcome. Welcome to the party.
What the fuck? I just see him in the background, just like peeking out, and I'm just like, do it. He's like working on it.
Welcome to the party. We just played Portal 2 full playthrough. It'll be coming up on the channel soon, don't worry. Anyways, the Clash will be a 150 lap race divided into two 75 lap stages, with only green flag laps counting. And that's it. It's not too much different, I guess. So, should be good. Should be a lot of fun. So, can't wait to watch, especially with no more Lions. Need something to quench my...
Okay, we have the Red Wings.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, buddy. So I guess without further ado, let's make our predictions. I know the return of the season means the return of the poker chips,
which they are in this beautiful 1984 World Series Cup.
Mug moment.
Shut up. So I'm going in. As you can see, my hand's too big for the cup. So there might be one on the bottom that I can't reach. Kyle Larson as yours. We'll do
as
yours
mine.
as Kyle.
That's not a bad pick.
Yeah. And actually, we should do like a record of see who wins or losses. Honestly.
What do you mean wins and losses? Like who finishes higher or who finishes
who finishes higher? Because and wins. But
okay.
Whoever finishes higher between us.
Okay.
And then I'm probably gonna lose my first game.
Hitmaster 0-1, baby.
Yeah, 0-1.
Good start for Pringleson. Gets a 1-0 start, baby. Basically by default.
William Byron was right next to it too.
Oh boy. I mean, who knows? Maybe Harrison Burton will have a breakout season. Or maybe Kyle Larson will crash.
Burton.
Like, it doesn't... Anything can happen, you know?
Still, maybe Harrison Burton will actually, win something that's not a big race, like a Clash.
Right. Oh, who knows? Who knows? That's really all we had for this episode. It's going to come out a little later than 3 o'clock, I know, but that's okay. Anyways, that's going to do it, though. If you want to be a guest on the Talk and NASCAR podcast, all you got to do is join the Pringles and Company Discord. The link is in the description down below. And request the Talk and NASCAR role, and we'll get a time worked out for you to come on and have a good talk. Next week, we will recap the Clash. We'll hopefully review the Full Speed documentary. And we will talk about stuff for the Daytona 500. Maybe talk about the duels and whatnot. So, should be all good there. And anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned for much more amazing content from both me and Hitmaster. And this guy right there, Editor Jeff, making a cameo. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye-bye.